Good morning, everyone. John from Popeyes Postcards. Before we get into the what sold video, I want to explain what the thumbnail means that I got daved. Um, I'm going to play it here in a second. You remember me talking the other day about this auction coming up. And I can't go to this. I have, I can go, but I have another commitment. If you go to So I say I can't go because I have another commitment, and I show you all these binders of postcards. Well, my other commitment, I had talked to a guy from my postcard club. He was supposed to stop by Friday to let me look through like 20 some boxes of fresh postcards. I was going to get the first crack at them, so I didn't want to miss the Friday meeting, and so the only time to pick up these postcards was Friday. But anyway, when I was setting this up with Dave to have him come over to my house on Friday, I told him about this auction, sent him the link, and he left me this voicemail. So before I play this, I really like Dave. I really do. Well, if people remember from the first time I had the YouTube channel, I used to talk about going out to Ohio and meeting with a source, spending several days out there cherry picking cards. Well, that source got his postcards from Dave, and I've been trying for 5, 6, 7 years to see Dave's stock. He's the first table I go to at a postcard show. When he shows up at the postcard club meeting, he's the first one. Everybody swamps his table because he has really great stuff. So I just want to put that out there. I really like Dave. I can sit and we have talked for hours about postcards. But so I'd sent him the link to that auction, and he sends me this voicemail.
Hi, John. This is Dave again. I spent about an hour and a half or 2 hours checking out all of that auction. The link shows you all the pictures and stuff, but it's kind of looking at Mary's auction, except without any good stuff in it. It just doesn't look like it's worth the time and the effort. I think a person would be better off spending their time and saving their pennies to get some better stuff in Mary's auction. But thanks for telling me about it. It's interesting. If they do well, it might be a place to get rid of stuff. Who knows? Anyway,
yeah, Dave, he is in good with Mary Martin, who I also hope to someday use as a source. So he was saying that pretty much this link to these auctions weren't that good. Spend your time and money with Mary's upcoming auction. So he says he isn't interested. That's fine. I can't go because I'm committed to meeting with him in my house on Friday. And then yesterday I get this voicemail.
Hey John, this is Dave. You have created a monster. I can't come to see you Friday because I got a van load full of cheap lots from the auction on the Eastern Shore, and they insist that you pick it up Friday between 12 and 6. They don't even mail stuff. You've got to come get it, even if you live on the moon, which doesn't make any sense, but it would cost about what I paid for the lot to have them shipped, so I'm going to go out and get them. And then stuff happens every day next week. So it'll be.
So yeah, he jumped on the site after telling me they weren't any good, and he told me he got 40 some boxes of postcards, and I showed you guys the link that there were 0 bids on some of them. I mean, here is 5 binders of foreign postcards for $2. That's a box. That is the whole box for $2, and it's full of binders of postcards. So yeah, he bought 40 boxes, and he said it was well over 200 binders. Maybe it was 400 binders. It was some ungodly amount for less than $4 per binder. Yeah. So I got daved. Thanks, Dave. I think I'll eventually see these cards, but it would have been nice to buy 6 binders of German cards for a buck a binder. Yeah, and I didn't want to miss out on seeing his stuff. But yeah, hey, good for you, Dave. Hey, I got Dave, classic Dave. So anyway, five minutes for my Dave story, and I like I said, I really like Dave, and I called him back and laughed about it after he told me that he had to cancel. So yeah, anyway, let's get into what sold. And yet again, before I get into what sold, I got this email yesterday. Received one of two cards that I purchased. Did not receive this particular refinery card. I would have thought that both cards would be in mailing envelope. Let me know what's up. Thanks. So nothing, nothing horrible. Sometimes I will put two cards in one sleeve just to keep them together. Always face them opposite way, so if any bright person can, open it up and say, "Oh, well, there are two postcards." So that's what I wrote them back. I say, I sometimes do that, but have you ever been questioned when beyond a reasonable doubt, not 99.99999% of the time you do something exactly right, and then someone sends you this email, and you're like, you start questioning your method, and it's beyond reproach, that there is zero chance that you forgot to put a card in. So I just wrote him back and said, hey, check the sleeve. And thankfully, I didn't hear anything for a couple hours, but thankfully he wrote back. He said that because I checked the sleeves, you can see my message across the bottom there. I went into the trash, dug on your mailer, and there it was. So at least he did that. But yeah, I get these every once in a while, and they say, well, you sent me the wrong card. I'm like, did I though? Because the method I use, I mess up once about every 2 years. So yes, it's possible, but very, very highly unlikely. But I got some emails from a viewer, pretty much the same thing, except his was clearly scammers, I think, and left him negative, saying that he sent a sealed, empty envelope, and two buyers and two negatives. Looked very sus. So as you can see on the screen, 17 orders, $140. I did send out 25% offers. I think like 150 of them, something like that. So I'm sure that's where some of these sales came from, and I still have some more dripping in this morning. And I did check. I last listed a batch of maybe 200 cards 2.5 months ago. Was the last significant listing that I've done. So anyway, Montana State map, greetings from Montana, cities, roads, attractions, 1950. Have a whole bunch of these. Came in the auction buyout from last August, $3.99 for that card. Again, these could be 25% off also. Hightstown, New Jersey, the Petal School. And that sold or Petty School, not, yeah, it's Petty, not Petal. $8.50 for that card. Mingo Beach Hill Drive, Prides, Massachusetts. Real photo. Old car there. No idea where I got it, but $14.94. Glamour, beautiful woman, purple hat, yellow flower, 1906 rotograph. Pretty card. Did that say 1 of 4? Oh no, I thought that said 1 of 4. So yeah, pretty lady there. $4.99. Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina, bathing in the Atlantic Ocean at Lumina, whatever that means. $4.99 for that card. There's an old one. It's an old postcard, Mount Manitou Park, Colorado. So this is probably this has been up for 9 to 10 years at least. One picture, yeah, $6.99. I have not checked. Hopefully I still have it. Next is Arbuckle trade card circa 1890s. This is Eskimo cultural scenes, and that sold for $14.99. Next is Rome City, Indiana, the Cabin Wildflower Woods Gene Stratton Porter real photo postcard. That must be the photographer information or not. That's the name of this memorial. $8.99. Looks like I have two of them. Next is Bronx, New York, Freedom Land, USA, Indian War concept art. Again, this is an amusement park that was supposed to be, or I'm sorry, it was built in the Bronx. Didn't last very long, maybe a couple seasons or so. I think it's like business park now. $9.99 for that card. Alfred, New York. This is Babcock and State Hall, Alfred University. And that was sold for $6.99. Next, another Arbuckle Brothers trade card. This is Brazil Map Country Scenes. Not sure if it went to the same person, but $12 best offer. And here we have Kearney, Nebraska, Hotel Motel Soldiers Monument. Sold for $7.99. Next, Arkansas Hot Springs Joseph Infirmary, 1912. Sold for $5.99. Next, Hartford, Connecticut, St. Francis Hospital, showing new edition, $6.99. And then we have Arizona Grand Canyon National Park, Lippin Point. It's a real photo. And 1950s and sold for $8.99. Speculator, New York, the TP Camp of the Woods new snack shop. There's their new snack shop. 1968, $9.99. Roanoke, Virginia, Blue Eagle Tourist Court Motel Multi-View. Looks like a linen. Maybe not. I'm not 100% sure. $6.99. And then Kearney, Nebraska, St. John's Motor Court, Lincoln Highway Route 30. So always put in Lincoln Highway if you see Route 30. Now there are other Route 30s. Just gotta make sure it's the correct Route 30. Lincoln Highway went more, I believe, up along the northern part of the United States. So there's that one.
Dave's not here. Oh.
No, he certainly is not. Dave. And have the WhatNot today at noon. Do have like 14 small curated lots, and then we'll be doing Matthew Kirst Pool's choice. So that's today at noon. Hope to see you there. Hope your day is great and your sales are better. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Don't get daved.